Yo, face. Show your face, please. With Durk on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I told y'all before, don't be surprised if Durk end up getting a bond, because I always tell y'all that the law me and you go by don't seem like it applies to people who are considered celebrities. It's always some loophole, or sometimes they just have enough money that gives them access to certain attorneys that require a hefty amount of income if you plan on fighting a certain case. Whereas if it was me and you or the average person, they would never stand a chance. Now, as y'all know, not too long ago, Lil Durk and his attorneys have put together yet another bail package in hopes of him getting free, as they brought up some new points based on loopholes they found within the prosecution involving songs and lyrics in videos that was mentioned. Now previously, Durk had tried to put up all type of money, properties. Hell, I think next he might even have Barack Obama himself holding conferences just to get him out. Now at first the judge wasn't budging, but it seemed like they may have gotten through this time due to a faulty mix-up with the prosecutor's accusations. Now in the latest bond package, Durk is now offering a little more to show that he isn't a flight risk, which includes $900,000 in real estate equity, $1 million in cash from Alamo Records, $150,000 he got from a business associate, 24/7 private security, electronic monitoring, and strict reporting requirements. I myself thought that was enough to get bail, but judging from how everything played out, with it appearing that he wanted to escape the United States in the beginning, I can see why they may say he's still a flight risk. Also, Durk was mentioned in a sealed indictment where he's been accused of being connected to another body that was dropped in Chicago of a man by the name of Stefon Mack back in 2022, the same year he's accused of having involvement in Lil Pab's demise as well. Now, according to the indictment, Mack's body was retaliation for the unaliving of Durk's brother D-Thing because it's believed that he was involved in it, allegedly. Now keep this part in mind because I want to get back to this later on in the video when it comes to if Durk is going to be granted his release or not. Now according to Lil Durk's attorneys, aside from just the bail package offerings, it was other things they were poking holes at in the prosecution they felt should have allowed Durk to be released. One of the biggest things in this case was the usage of song lyrics by Lil Durk, in which they feel was him trolling Quando Rondo, hinting that he had something to do with the shooting that ended Lil Pab's life. In the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy featuring Babyface Ray, he would include the news clip of Quando Rondo screaming no after seeing his cousin Lil Pab's lifeless body right after the shooting. Now according to prosecutors, this was an indication that Lil Durk had something to do with it, and he mentioned it in his lyrics as a way to troll for retaliation for King Von. But for an experienced attorney like Drew Fenelon, it was easy to poke holes through that, just as he did, and he would go as far as getting the actual producer of the song to submit an affidavit, and it confirmed the verse on a song from Durk was recorded 7 months before the actual shooting. Therefore, his attorney's argument is that it's misleading of the government to suggest that Durk was responsible for trolling when his verse supposedly had nothing to even do with the shooting in the first place. Durk's attorney will argue that the videos including Quando Rondo's No was made by fans in the first place and nowhere near edited by him and or no one involved in his team, so why is he being held accountable for something that he had nothing to do with? Basically stating that he can't control what other people do via social media. Now to be honest with y'all, the prosecutors could have did a better job with their song choice because there's way more songs that hint to certain things, and I think y'all already know, but I'll just leave it at that because if they didn't include it, then who are we to do their job? Now it seemed like that's the part the bond package focused on the most, and it seemed like that may be the anchor in the case that may help Durk out on getting released and the case being dismissed, according to them. Now, although it sounds like a bit of a reach, this is what Durk's attorney Drew Finland is aiming for, and some people feel that he may have a chance based on the judge even reconsidering and Durk's bond having a possibility of being granted. Now let's get into the document that's been made public recently, showing that Lil Durk's bond may be approved after all. According to a recent application that's been released via social media, as you can see, it states Magistrate Judge Patricia Donahue approves the matter set on the calendar, in which is a request of a hearing to be held for possible bond. When they presented the previous bond package days ago, it stated that it will be reviewed and the judge will give a decision on whether she approves it or not on May 8th, 2025. Now let's make something clear, because I see a lot of people running with the narrative that it's a definite Durk is coming home. So far, his bond hearing is just approved for a date, alright? It's not approved for the actual bond, which means the judge could come in and say, no, I still don't think it's enough to have him released for whatever reasons that she feel. But the thing everyone is banking on is the fact that the hearing was approved, and their thing is, well, if she wasn't going to approve his bond, why would she approve of the hearing when the first one was already denied back in December? So let's make that clear first. It's not guaranteed he's coming home, but it's a strong chance, being that the judge have even reconsidered in the first place. Now, as far as the song lyrics and the edited video go, that is a good point made by Durk's attorneys, but I'm sure the feds didn't base their whole prosecution off a hit or miss just like that. I'm sure they're not sitting there basing the whole investigation off song lyrics and an audio clip of Quando Rondo yelling no. We still have to keep in mind that there's other factors that played a role in Durk being arrested, which was Durk's close affiliation to the suspects, its OTF credit card being used for the item used in the commission of the crime, it's the possible informants we heard that may or may not be a part of this case. It's a couple things, and not just the songs or edited video. But I'm assuming maybe that's the point Durk's attorneys are trying to tackle the most, because it's the most vulnerable, and maybe it can at least get him bond before he has to go to trial. However, I don't see them dismissing that whole case solely because of that, when there's other evidence that the feds have. Then on the flip side, you have to remember, if they do prove them to be wrong, now the risk that they run is having lawsuits filed by the suspects who was accused that have been locked up for a little minute now. So it's a lot on the table here, and Durk's lawyers got their work cut out for them. However, it is a good look that the judge is reconsidering anything when it comes to the bond package. Now, before I end the video, keep in mind, y'all, that the feds are tricky. They're never going to present everything that they have all at once. So if Durk ends up going to trial, trust and believe that the feds may have something else up their sleeve. Whether it's an informant, surveillance, wiretaps, who knows? But they play dirty, and you just never know what's gonna happen. But Durk got a good lawyer like Drew Finland on top of like 4 others, so I guess we just have to wait and see how everything plays out. Now, I told y'all we would get back to Stefon Mack. Right before Durk's last hearing for bond, it came out a day before that he was mentioned in a sealed indictment involving the suspects who unalived Stefon Mack back in 2022. They were claiming it was a retaliation for Durk's brother D thing, and say they have informants on that case, along with text messages, wiretaps, and just a bunch of stuff that may tie Lil Durk to that case as well. They had screenshots of Durk's Instagram and showing him around certain people, so now the question becomes, what happens with all that information? Are they proceeding with that indictment? Is anybody else involved? Are they going to keep him, being that they already have him in custody? Are they going to let him go knowing that now he knows he's involved in another sealed indictment? Right? It's a lot of factors, man. I honestly don't see them letting him go, but like I said, you never know with these celebs. So we'll just have to wait and see. But y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. Do y'all think he's going to come home May 8th? Or do you think he don't stand a chance? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out.